Okay, welcome everyone to another episode of website reviews. So, because of this GE2020, we are going to review a website of PAP. So, let's take a look. So, as always, within the first 7 seconds of the visitor visiting your homepage, what they will ask themselves these three questions: Where am I? What can I do here? And why you? So let's see if you can answer these three questions within the first 7 seconds. So if I am a first time visitor to the PAP homepage, do I know where am I? Okay, it's not really obvious. Okay, because assuming that I'm a novice in politics. I'm not so sure which logo stands for which represents which party. So I wouldn't know from this first impression that is a PAP homepage. What can I do here? Honestly, I have no idea. It doesn't seem to tell me much. It looks like a government's website, a stat board website, more like I don't know. It doesn't feel like a party website to me. And why you? Um, Sadly, I can't tell why you. Why why a prospective voter would be interested to continue viewing your website. So, as marketers, we will always ask ourselves these few questions, and these are very crucial when we want to look at the efficiency of a good website, be it for a business, be it for charity organizations, or even for politics. We are all in the battlefield for the same thing, to get a higher conversion rate. So, there are a few things that we do look at when we ask ourselves as a marketer. So what we have to know is our background, who are we, and what is our unique selling point. So this is a question that you have to ask yourselves, because based on this first impression, it doesn't tell the visitor that anything about your background, anything about your unique selling point. It doesn't say anything at all. Even though there's this video, but this video, honestly, it doesn't tell much. Our lives, our jobs, our future, and it's just this logo. It doesn't tell much. You see, it's a generic video. It feels like, as I mentioned, it feels like a government's stat board website rather than a party's homepage, because it's quite irrelevant to politics, in my opinion. So the second thing you have to ask yourselves is, where are the source of your visitors? Are they from pay-per-click ads? Are they from uh, organic leads? Or are they where are the source? Where are the visitors coming from? This one you have to know where is the source. Then thirdly, what is the objective of your page? What is the objective of this party's homepage? So this one we also have to ask ourselves, because every page have a different objective. So for some businesses, what they would want is perhaps create awareness. For some businesses, what they would want is to create sales. But for some is to maybe get leads to get to a further sales, because some items are not so clear cut. It's a complicated item. It could be big ticket items like insurance, property, or some big expensive items lah. So this is where we have to know the objective of the page. Then fourthly, what is the desired outcome that you hope to achieve from this optimization? Because when we look at optimizing home pages, we must always have an expectation. What are we expecting to improve? What is the objective that we hope to improve? What are the results? Because if we know what is the objective, then we will know which part of the website to change to suit the objective. Then fifth, we need to have this approach to testing and evaluating results. We need to test, we need to come up with a few treatments, we need to come up with a few how do I say, variations of the homepage to test for better results. But because this is the GE 2020, so I think it's quite hard to do it because the general election is just a few more days ahead. So, but for business sense, what we will want to do is come up with a few variations to test different approaches and test different mm, test different fields lah. Test different fields so that we know which is the part that we should concentrate or focus on. It can be the message, it can be the text, it can be headline, it can be the image, it can be the size. So there's actually a lot of things that you can optimize a web page lah. So what I would also recommend is beside the party logo, the party name could be stated. It doesn't take a lot of space. Then there's so much space at the top of the screen. And let's take a look below. What does it mean by happening today? Does it mean latest news? And if so, let's look below. How is it different from latest? What is the difference between happening today and latest? It's a bit confusing your viewers, your visitors. And you see there's so much space here. I mean, happening today, I'm sure there's some walks or some party events going on now since it's the it's the election period. So clearly it's not updated. There's nothing updating. So this happening today seems quite irrelevant lah. Because at the point of time where I'm doing this video, it's already 7 p.m. So if it's irrelevant, remove it and put some text lah. Educate your visitors about your party, about things lah. Instead of making your homepage image heavy, because image heavy doesn't really tell much. It just confuses your potential voters and causes friction and stress in the process. So let's just take a look and see. Okay. The headline is okay, but the text is in gray color against a white color background, which I will highly suggest that you change the color of the text because it's causing blindness to your visitors. It's not a really good idea to have gray text on white background. So let's take a look below. Okay, it's just news, nothing much. This homepage doesn't really tell me much, and I'm honestly I feel kind of disappointed because PAP is actually a big player in this political scene. What I would like to suggest is there's also no donation or volunteer link lah. Unlike other political websites, I'm not so sure, is it because PAP is full on volunteers, or are they like in no need for donation money? But in my opinion, I think that no matter how big or what, you will still need manpower, you still require resources for campaigning purposes, etc. lah. Even if you're like the biggest party, I think it's still good to have a link, donation and volunteers. There's also no newsletter or social media link to keep your visitors updated by email, because people don't really visit your websites on a day-to-day basis unless you're maybe perhaps a news outlet or something, because just nobody does that. Nobody really does that. Nobody really visits a political website every single day, in my opinion. So during elections, I believe as a voter, I would like to know why PAP and more about the party, but sadly there's nothing on the homepage that tells me much, and I don't feel incentivized to click on your links because I have no idea what is our party, what are milestones, what are party constitution. So it doesn't feel okay. I understand the meaning of the words, but I do not understand it from my point of view. So always remember, we should not do it from an organizational centric approach. We shouldn't look at it like, we should not assume that the layman understands. So in politics or in everything, in fact, we should make things as short and simple as possible. So the I'm not so sure, is it a GE2020 specific site? Because if it is, I would suggest perhaps pictures of your candidates on your homepage, some credentials, what they have done to date, or for Singapore, things that will appeal to voters, and even value proposition for your party, because right now you're not providing any value to your homepage visitors. And I would like to comment that there's too much space in between. You see, this website, even though it looks sparkly clean, I would say sparkly clean, but clean is not necessarily good because it's akin to a blank web page. I'm looking at a house that is without a furniture. This is how I'm going to describe your website. There's too much space with too little content, and your homepage is too image heavy rather than text or info heavy. I would say the bigger the issue or the more expensive item or more complicated it is, the more you would want to better organize your homepage visitors' thoughts. You want to optimize their thought process. You would want to give them reasons to continue reading on, because right now all this just doesn't feel like I want to read on. It just feels very clustered, very confusing. Like, why should I keep clicking on older news? You get what I mean? So these are the few optimization that I would recommend for this website, and the video is taking a big part of the page, so do make it more relevant and also make it smaller. I like that this video is embedded into the homepage, so it doesn't take me out into YouTube or another site where it will play the video separately. But the content of the page seems rather irrelevant to party politics, and I would say test a few more videos, or maybe you can even test images instead. You can test a few different images that's quite relevant to the party. And okay, this is all I have for today. And if there's any other video or any other marketing topics that you would like me to talk about, do feel free to let me know in the comment below, and I will see you in my next video.